over to Ramseyfox with Battle Chef Brigade.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for waking up early and or staying up late to watch me play a silly cooking puzzle game. If you've never seen this game before, you're in for a real treat. This is Battle Chef Brigade, a game developed in 2017 by Trinket Studios, a three-man team out of Chicago. It's a unique mashup of a match 3 puzzle game and a combo-based platform brawler. And if you're interested to see how that works, well, let me show you. One of the best things about it is right here, this speedrun mode. This is going to let us skip almost all the text on the first available frame. So we're going to take advantage of that. Let me do this. And the category we're doing is hard mode. Our opponents are going to be making better dishes. The monsters are tougher, and the hunts are going to be timed. It's going to be a lot harder than the normal mode, and I'm really looking forward to running it with you. Are we ready to go?
All right, so do we need to do the countdown like they do on Iron Chef? 3, 2, 1, a la cuisine?
You can do, sure, if that's, sure, go for it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, a la cuisine!
All right, so we are in the land of Fictusia. It is a high fantasy land of, magic and monsters, orcs and elves, and we are the role of Mina Han. She wants to join the Battle Chef Brigade, sort of the paramilitary group of super chefs that travel the land, fight monsters and cook exquisite dishes. But Mom won't let us leave her restaurant. The cooking is a match 3 puzzle, and we manipulate the gems there by rotating them. By stirring them, by literally rotating them with the triggers there. And unlike a game like Iron Chef, we have to collect the ingredients ourselves out in the backyard. And these are already not cooperating, so we're gonna do the best we can. The fastest way to get 50 points, we need a 50-point dish, is to get 3 eggs, but they were very much not cooperating. But this will be 50 points. The score system is there's 3 levels of gems, 1, 2, and 3. 3 different elements: fire, water, earth. A level, you match 3 in a row, and it'll upgrade a level. And the level 3 gems are worth the most at 25 points apiece. We're gonna toss the daggers, and I tried to throw the whirlwind to get the bird to spawn into it, but it didn't cooperate again. If you had to put an archetype to it, she's got like a lot of movement-based moves, like some whirlwind, some wind magic, some daggers, a teleport move. She runs away from home, steals money from Mom to pay for the interview. She's a speedrun of her own. She's going to skip the line all on her own. Everybody else in line is thrilled about that. So we join the tournament, we pay for the inn, and we promptly sleep through orientation. But thankfully, the people around town are helpful enough, the other contestants. This is a very positive game. If you've not played this, I highly recommend playing it. I'm going to be skipping through all the story beats, all the things, but it's very positive, very upbeat. And here's the first tutorial battle. And right off the bat, this fight is one of the toughest on hard mode. On normal mode, this is a trivial non-issue of a fight. I'm dropping that bean on purpose. That's going to cause it to respawn faster. And then I am trying to feed these pitcher plants to get their upgraded gems, or their upgraded
They're upgraded ingredient types?
Yeah, they're upgraded ingredient types. They drop 2 different ingredient types when they are on the ground, but their pool has 2 more ingredients when they are in the air. And I need a 80-point dish. So this is kind of like the set pieces of the game, kind of these Iron Chef style cooking battles. We have 5 minutes to get the highest score we can, but this is a speed run. We're not trying to get the highest score we can. We're trying to get the fastest score we can. And so that means getting the lowest score we can and still winning the fight. So each opponent has a range of scores. I don't know the exact score they're going to get, but I know about what they're going to get. And so I've developed recipes that are going to beat them. Each fight has a theme ingredient. In this case, it was the Karana, the pitcher plants. And each judge has a requested flavor, in this case earth, so I need more level 3 gems of that flavor than any other, and I get a bonus for doing that. And we are now in town, and we're going to be doing the tournament, but we don't have any money. But thankfully, there's a lot of odd jobs, mini games in town we can do to get money, and all 3 of the mini games are required today. So we have no choice. This is Belchior. He has a bunch of cats. The cats are named after cheeses. It's adorable. You might hear some meows. If you've got pets named after food, I'd love to hear about it. But the way to
Chat, that is a cue to donate and tell us your pet names.
The fast way to do the Belchior, the puzzles, is to just keep the stuff matching. Only one thing can be matching at a time. There's no way to get around that. So if you can set it up so that stuff's ready to match as soon as the first match finishes, that's as fast as you can do it. These are the hunts. They are led by Huntress Thorn. She's sarcastic and she's hungover. She's the best. Both the puzzles and the hunts give you 25 money for completing them. We're going to do the restaurant rush. We are not going to get 25 money for completing the restaurant rush because in a restaurant we work for tips. Delicious. So, green, blue. Thank you. So we are on the clock, and to complete a dish, we need to match this requested pattern anywhere in the dish. And this is random. I do not know what's going to come up next. I do not know what the board is going to look like. What I do know are what the 4 options are going to be. Each day there's different, there's different dishes on the menu, right? And these are the 4 on the menu today. There's these blue-red diagonals, there's these blue-green bars, green-red diagonals, and oh, I'm not doing very well right now. And the red-green bars. I want to get 50 money. If I get 50 money, I can skip a minigame later. I'm not really in a good spot unless... Oh, this is a really bad setup. That's really slow.
Oh, thank you, dearie.
Like I said, these are random. I don't know what's going to come up until it shows up.
I like this. Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
But we will see how far off we are. I estimate it's only like 45, 46. That's really unfortunate. If we had gotten 47, we could have taken a strategy of stealing some money from some cats. But there's only 3 of them, so I would still be 1 coin short. So the cats get to keep their money for now. Bought some ingredients from the shop there. We bought a pan, a fire pot. It turns our match 3 game into a match 2 game, but only for fire. Also bought some little starter ingredients. And this is our first battle. We've got a judge who wants fire. Bowrin are the big bull things, which we haven't seen yet, but you'll see them. So we're going to drop these fire ingredients into this pot. We're going to drop the water ingredients here. And I need a fire piece, because I'm going to lose half my points if I don't include a fire. These chests usually have sauces, but on the first day, they have ingredients. There's about a 4 in 9 chance that it actually my buttons, thanks, that it has a Bowrin piece in there. And so we got one. We didn't actually even have to kill a Bowrin. So for this fight, I'm looking for 140 points, and that recipe makes 149. There's two different Bowrin pieces. The bigger piece, I have a different... If I get the big Bowrin piece, I have a different recipe that uses the bean and stuff in a different way. But that's the basic like cycle of the days. There's mini games in town. There's people to talk to. I'm trying not to talk to them. So the fastest way to move through town is a series of jumps and hops. Jumps and dashes, rather. But the jump button is the same as the talk button. So if I don't jump in just the right spot, I'm going to end up talking to people. I had to hold the trigger there, but you can actually hold it in advance and buffer it. So we're not going to do any of the mini games today. We're just going to move straight on to the fight. Chairman Common, who's not the chairman from Iron Chef, is a very different. It's not Kitchen Stadium, it's Kitchen Coliseum. It's very different, okay?
Totally legally different.
Yeah, absolutely. Legally distinct. In the intro, though, the chairman does bite a giant orange bell pepper, but that's fine. So it's Battle Dragon. On normal mode, we would not be fighting a dragon at this point because it takes a while. However, on hard mode, our score target is way too high, and we lose half our points up front for not including the theme ingredient. The dragon has a very abusable pattern. It's going to do the same thing every time, or very similar things every time.
Kind of looks like a mix between a dragon and a bat, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's...
Yes.
So I messed up a bit. I meant to put the dragon steak in first instead of the heart. It doesn't affect the score at all. It just affects what dish you make. The first ingredient you put in affects changes what dish it is. So I put in the heart, it makes dumplings. Judge Meriday wants water dish on Dragon Day, which is ridiculous. So I usually give her fire curry because you're being ridiculous. We got Leonid's rainbow drops. Each of the opponents give you their own like signature item when you beat them, and most of them are not useful. So Thrash's dragon necklace sets enemies on fire with your dagger. I mean, they're very useful. They're very fun to play with. We get a book here. Your books are very powerful, but not that one. I'm going to do this puzzle is the sauce puzzle, where we learn how to use sauces. It's one of the faster ones. Despite having 3 puzzles, most of us only have 2. What did I do? There we go. Like, oh gosh. All right. Okay, so most of the signature opponent items, not particularly useful, except for Caesar here. Caesar gives you a pan, and this pan is in combination with those starter ingredients that we bought on day 1, is going to carry us all the way through the game.
Caesar.
So we're in a new environment. We're in the Skylands. We got a new outfit that's gorgeous. We got 2 judges for the first time. And I got a movement tech I'm going to try to show off. So there's a lot of vertical movement here in the Skylands, and I want to get the wind fruit that are at the very top. I'm supposed to kind of go around to the right to this air current, but Mina has a backstab move, which is a little teleport thing. and you get just enough height to trigger it and to get up there. Got some tails, which is good because it lets me multitask. Matching in this game takes a certain amount of time. There's nothing you can do to speed it up. But what you can do is multitask. If you can turn stuff in while other things are matching, if you can go out and gather ingredients while your stuff is matching, it will continue to match even if you're not on screen. So I'm trying to eke out every second that I can.
My congratulations. A true pity.
It's
She didn't
2
like that
a.m.
dish.
It's 2 a.m. and this game is making me hungry.
The food is gorgeous. The artist Eric Wang. Eric Wang did almost all of the art assets, at least all the key art assets, all the drawings, all the poses, on his own hand drawn, heavily researched into all sorts of different cuisines across the world. Eric is of Chinese descent. Mina is inspired by Chinese dishes. All her dishes are based on real Chinese dishes. I usually make enough money in there that I don't have to do this, but I have to do this very fast restaurant rush today.
Thank you. So exciting. This looks so good. Thank you.
It literally is only a minute. The dishes actually used to be much easier than this. When they released the deluxe edition, they actually made them a little bit harder.
Oh, thank you, dearie.
Delicious.
Surprisingly good.
That's delicious. Whoa.
Looks good. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ew. Really? No. Alright, so how much is that? 41, 82. So I get 55. We're gonna challenge Ziggy here. I forgot to equip the bag. Bag! That's gonna cost me a little time. On normal mode, at the very beginning, our sister gives us a cookie jar. I usually equip it over the bag. And my muscle memory is very strong. And I play normal mode a lot. We're going into Chapter 3 soon, and if you have the bag equipped going into Chapter 3, it costs you about 30 seconds. And I'll go over why when we get there. Really? I missed it? When I see that. So, more multitasking. Fire goes in here. We're not gonna just put wind fruit in here, not even match it. Don't worry. That fire's gonna keep on matching while we're doing this. But I actually have to grab the dish. Ziggy here is the fast-talking, breakdancing, necromancing, fast food fiend. His stuff is all based on like diner dishes, like burgers and sandwiches and stuff, with awful puns. I love it. It's so great. He's playable in all the like, not in the main story, but like the side stories, or not the side stories, but like side content, daily challenges, and that sort of thing. Really fun to play with. So after day 4, there's a fight breaking out in town, and Mina's, the heroine. She's gonna break it up. And she stops the fight by throwing a dagger at somebody in the middle of a city. It's a city. You can't just throw daggers at people. What if you hit some just person? So we get kicked out of the tournament. We get sent back home with our metaphorical tail between our legs to face the wrath of Mom, who we stole money from to pay for the entry fee. So, you can see there, it says fill the pantry, one out of 12, and that's because we have 6 inventory slots. If I had remembered to equip over the bag, it would say out of 10. So I have to gather 2 extra ingredients 3 extra times. There's 2 today.
So there is a question from chat. If you
Absolutely. Let's hear
JD
it.
Puppy asks, "Does the food ever burn?"
There is no burning mechanic. They had talked about a burning mechanic. I believe they talked about doing that sort of thing, having a burning, like a temperature mechanic or something like that. And all those things, all those extra layers that might like add like verisimilitude, realism, didn't make for a more fun game. So they stuck with what actually did, which is this cycle of going out, getting ingredients, coming back, doing cooking, doing it again.
It's always
And
good to see when fun wins out in game design.
Absolutely. Notice some of these birds are like glowing black. The plants are like glowing black. They're much faster, much stronger. There's a monster blight, an epidemic. We wouldn't know anything about that. It's caused some of these gems to become broken or damaged. They will break if you move them too many times. And some of them are now poisoned, and they will explode if you move them too many times. However, if you match 3 poisons in a row, you unlock a little upgrade timer, and whatever gem is in that slot when the timer runs out goes up a level. So I guess you're unlocking flavor in the poison? I think that's how poison works. So my main goal with this section, I'm calling it a reverse escort mission. My job is to keep these stupid birds alive long enough to kill them myself. If the plants get to the birds, if the plants eat the birds, I miss out on an ingredient, and I just have to wait for them to respawn. If the birds eat an ingredient, that's okay. I'm net the same number of ingredients, but if the plants eat them, not so much. So this is a 2-minute restaurant rush, similar to the couple that I've done. However, this time I don't get paid. Mom's not paying me. I have to pay her back for that money I stole. So I don't have to do anything. So if you've got questions or comments or donations, now would be a fantastic time for that.
I do have 2 donations that came in close to the start of the run. We have $5 from Roadkill Revenge with the comment, "Stayed up for the Battle Chef run. Looking forward to all the amazing runs, and thank you to everyone for making such a great event." Thank you for your donation, Roadkill. And then we have $10 from JD Puppy, who says, "What game are you going to speedrun, Rubicante?" I'll have to think about it. But we are $175 away from making me have to learn how to speedrun a game and submit it for Spring Spectacular, so keep getting those donations in, everyone. Trans Lifeline is a wonderful charity, and they deserve all the love we can give them.
We did our demonstration for them.
Absolutely.
Century egg appetizers, Mina, but the pickings are slim.
So, so a bit of a story recall update here. We want to join the Battle Chef Brigade, so we run away from home, we lie to Mom, we steal her money, we cut in front of line, and then we oversleep on the first day of orientation. What a great hero. Then we throw a dagger at someone in a city and get kicked out. So we're off to just a great start here. So what we're actually doing now is we're working to try to solve this monster epidemic best that we can, because these... Oh no. Okay. The ingredients are poison, people are getting sick, and we're writing letters, like right now, back to the people who are still back in Brigade Town, and we get one back from the Brigade itself, saying this is an emergency, all hands on deck situation, we have to solve this epidemic. And so they're recalling all eliminated, disqualified, and disgraced contestants, giving them a chance at redemption to come back if they come help solve this. That's us. So we're back in. But then again, so is the lady we threw a dagger at. So we're going to encounter here in just a second. We left with our mom's blessing this time, and with her bedazzled pan. So we're gonna go to like the little meeting here. Holding a... This is so much better after they added the speed run mode where I don't have to mash through all this text. Oh my gosh, it's so much better. So now I'm gonna equip... I would know... Oh, that is bad. I'm actually going to... I hit the wrong button. I'm going to do this. I need that combo pan equipped. So I was going to say that I was going to donate money for each time that I screwed up. And donate some other amount for doing everything perfectly. I screwed up the restaurant rush and didn't make enough money. And then I just screwed this up by not equipping the combo pan. So I'll have to figure out how much I'm doing, because I didn't commit to anything beforehand. But we'll get there. Is it not going to let me equip the combo pan?
All right. So.
Uh-oh.
No.
No, there we go. Okay. I was like, it better let me equip it, because I don't actually have a backup for this.
So chat, that's 2 mistakes. We need to
two.
count.
Oh, I'll keep count. I know how many. I know how many it is. So this combo pan is super powerful. And I'll show you what it's going to do here. I need this rest. Oh my gosh, I need to not die to these bow runs. Dying is also a mistake. If you die, you drop all your ingredients and lose 30 seconds off the clock, which doesn't matter necessarily. Although it will quickly matter. Tomato, tomato, and then tacoberry here. So for each match you get with a combo pan, I've got kind of a little combo timer there. If you get multiple consecutive matches before that timer depletes, you build up a combo. So the first match starts it, and the next one's a ×1, then ×2, etc. So I did 6 matches, got a ×5 combo, and that stuck 5 upgrades on the board in a specific pattern, in a checkerboard pattern starting from the lower left. And I needed to put 3 water gems in there to match her water request. And I needed every single one of those. If I had missed any of those upgrades, that was not enough points to win that fight. And if I had accidentally matched the water, like matched the level 2 waters into a level 3 without the combo, I would have also needed to go like get more ingredients, because that also would not have been enough points. So I'm going to do this. This is some of the hunts are timed. That includes this one. Some of them are very strictly timed. That includes this one. 30 seconds to gather 5 ingredients, but fruits and vegetables count. So does this thing of sauce. Give me that bean. Give me my bean, bird. Speaking of fruits and vegetables, there's a book available. I said the books were very powerful. This is one of them. Master Expertise Vegetarian. We're going to immediately equip that over this jerky. The jerky is not vegetarian. This book is going to give us a bonus per dish that meets the requirement, just like all books do in this game. In this case, if we include no meat other than the theme ingredient, we get a 75 point bonus. And if the theme ingredient is meat, we are still allowed to include it. I'm hoping for a fire sauce there. It's not there. So I'm going to have to grab... Ugh. Oh, it ate my bean. We're gonna take another run at this and see if we can get that bean to respawn, because I need that bean. There's the bean. Hopping down slopes is the fastest movement. There's just not a lot of slopes in the game to actually take advantage of that. So we're going to do the combo pan again. In lieu of using the fire sauce. And serve that. So we didn't match the flavor request, so I had to make up for it with more points. But what I did do is there's no meat in this dish. So we're going to get 75 extra points for giving Jelly Ghost a veggie dish. And these books are what's really going to carry us the rest of the way through the game. A little more story, etc., etc. They are thanking us for all of our hard work. And our friends are launching their own investigation to find out what really happened. Who's really behind this? Both the puzzle and hunt today are very short. This is day 3 with the combo pan. We've already used it in both fights to great effect. Here's the tutorial. This is where they actually teach you what you're supposed to do with it. And then I'm going to do this. Also 30 seconds. But we need 5 ingredients, but there's 4 enemies right here. And where'd it go? That was a bit scary. I meant to do a little kick, and I went through the floor. And I had to like kind of stall until I could actually do my teleport move to get back up above ground level. It's always kind of spooky when that happens. Also spooky is those first get bites hit very hard. These monsters hit incredibly hard. In normal mode, you don't really have to worry about damage too much. In hard mode, you absolutely do. So I got Cragmore, these little Craggle bite, these little Craggle mans. So I have what, 7 health, 8 health? Enemies do like 3 or 4 damage per hit. Like, they're no joke. And that's the regular ones. Like these little lizards shooting spikes. If you take a blighted one, a blighted spike, that's gonna do like 5 damage. Okay, so I'm gonna make my famous candle gourd soup. Candle gourds go in a specific spot, and I match the poison first, then the water, and then the fire like this. And I do it this way because if I do it that way, everything will fall and match into place, giving me time to actually multitask. And then I put a lantern fruit there. Those lantern fruit are so fragile you cannot stir them at all without them breaking. But if you do the soup that way, you get 3 upgrade timers in a little square, and so you can actually upgrade 3 of the 4 ingredients. So that lantern fruit is worth 80 points towards your dish. The 75 point bonus for vegetarian is per dish. So we're getting a 150 point bonus from that book. That is 6 level 3 gems that we don't have to make. and we get her tea, gives us +4 mana. That is worth equipping. Also worth equipping is this bear carving, which inexplicably lets us hold 3 additional things. It must be just gigantic. Like an actual bag lets us hold 1 thing, and this like carving, I don't get it. This is Wise. He's the guy who's really mad at us for cutting in front of him in line. So he finally wants a piece of us. And now that we have this book, we can finally take advantage of a strat that we would have been taking advantage of the whole time in normal mode, which is skipping the theme ingredient. In normal mode, the score targets are very low, especially early. Just matching the flavor request is enough to get sufficient points. Not so on hard mode, but I'll get that. That'll work.
I do have a question from chat, if you'd like it.
Absolutely.
Rokon Shimo asks, how optimized are the recipes? Are they exactly 1 mana above the maximum possible enemy value, or is there a marathon unsafe strat that relies on your opponent low rolling?
So here's the good part about the opponent's maximum score. I don't know what it is. This is based off experimental data, and in practice yesterday, I had an opponent score a dish 20 points higher than I'd ever seen. So, as far as I know, almost all of these strats are unsafe. The very first fight with Thrash in the tutorial forest, he does not score more than 130 points exactly on the nose. I've never seen it. Everything else, I really don't know. And some of these ranges are incredibly wide. We're going to be getting to fights where their score is like plus or minus 30 points or 40 points per judge with 3 judges. So they could score somewhere between 580 and 720. And I just don't know. There are absolutely marathon unsafe strats. If I wanted to get risky, I could start developing recipes that skip ingredients, that I'm going to buy the last book, Speed, which sounds good for a speed run. But yeah, I could develop recipes, and that is my next step in the normal mode, is I'm going to have to start cutting corners and getting lucky, rolling into the range. But yeah, as far as this mode goes, I'm really the only one who's really explored. And so I don't really know. I don't really know what the range is. So we got 3 judges, and this is where the book, we got a second book as well. That book, the speed book, gives us 50 additional, or 75 additional points. Rather, I'll grab the wrong thing first. I wanted mushrooms. 75 additional points if the dish is at 50 points or higher within the first minute. It doesn't have to be turned in within the first minute, it just has to be at 50 points. So that starter water dish already at 50. This lantern fruit is at 50 now. And this mushroom's at 50. This is it. That's all we need to do. No theme ingredients. We are matching 2 of the flavors on hard mode. On normal mode, I would intentionally not match the flavors just to avoid an extra text box.
Exceptional.
And we're actually going to miss out on some of our vegetarian bonus. You'll see bonuses that like 30, 45, 60. If you don't include enough quantity of ingredients, you don't get the full 75-point bonus. The speed bonus, you always get the full 75. So that's 75 times 3 is 225. 100 points worth of bonus from the judges. That's 325. 325 points worth of bonuses. Plus another 130 from the veggie bonus. So 450-ish points worth of bonuses alone.
So you scored less than 100 points off your actual food
jeez.
in that
I
battle.
didn't, that's the wrong person to talk to because this is a big text box and you get an item. Absolutely, yeah. Because I didn't include any of the theme ingredients, so that's half of the points off up front. But all the bonuses add on afterwards. So we're about to face our final trial with Mina here. The final 3, Robichon's trial, the gauntlet, named in-game after the first Battle Chef Robichon in real life, after Joel Robichon, a famed restaurateur and chef with his restaurants have 31 Michelin stars before he passed away in 2018. But yeah, these battles with 3 judges, that's where we're going to see why I'm spending time, because I had to spend time doing 3 extra mini games to get the money for that second book. I need this water sauce, and I want tomatoes. In this gauntlet, the final 3, first I have to fight a blighted dragon, which is scary. He hits very hard, and I only have 6 health because I equipped a bunch of mana and satchel slots. So I'm gonna have to be extra careful. This backhand doesn't do that much damage. That swipe, the swipe and fire breath combo does do a lot of damage. So if I get one more, that Bowering charge does way more than anything the dragon does. So we're at the minute mark, but we start. That's fine.
Awesome.
I can just add it. Yeah, that's all fine. Yeah, since we had that starter ingredient just sitting there, that's our 50 points right off the bat. We don't have to worry about our time. We can gather a little extra ingredients because we get to carry them over to the next part of the gauntlet.
There's another question from chat.
Sure, let's hear it.
Rokon Shimo asks, do you know if the time it takes for you to submit your dishes affects your opponent's score, or do you time skip the time over immediately?
How long it takes me to make and submit the dish does not affect the score. Their score is affected only by what day it is, like what the battle is. In normal mode, their score is also affected by like a loss multiplier. If you like a win streak or loss streak multiplier, if you win a bunch of fights in a row, they score higher and higher.
Yes.
No, that's wrong. What can I do to fix this? Let's see if there's a water sauce in this chest. Oh, geez, I screwed it up twice. Okay, not a water sauce. Here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna kill this armor rock. These armor rocks are so awful. They reflect your magic. They shoot these spikes. They're so bad. I'm gonna gather these ingredients to make up the point difference from screwing up because I don't want to waste my saw. All right, because I missed the flavor here. Can I get a water out of this? I can. Oh, I can just break it. Ooh. I'll just match a water anyway. Let's turn yours in. And I'm just gonna... I missed a speed bonus. I don't know if this is enough. I have no idea. The Armorock piece is going to be worth 80-something points. Because I'm not going to lose half of this 172 up front. This score target's like 500 points. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. This still took way longer than it should have. The reason I'm so rusty on this fight in particular is because I have changed my route. Because I would usually have it set. I would usually change my ingredient, change my loadout here, equip the Earth starter over the Water starter. But I kept forgetting. Okay. I kept forgetting, so I developed a route so I didn't have to remember. But then I kept messing it up because I'm not used to doing it. I don't have a lot of extra time here. So, messing up my movement is not great. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. That dish is done. Okay, I have plenty of time for this. Okay, that's the 3 dishes. The start of the 3 dishes, at least. Do this, this, this. Lantern fruit here and here. Here's... I need to turn this on. Rotate lantern fruit here. Okay, these dishes are done. Common wants a rainbow dish with equal parts of all 3, and that's ridiculous. You don't get that. You get some soup.
Truly commendable. Excellent.
So, with 3 speeds, plus 3 vegetarians, that is 450 points, plus 100 points for 2 flavors is 550 points. My score target's around 700. 688.
Good.
I did it.
It's over 700. It's got to be like 720 something, because Fork will randomly just high roll you. If you're trying to get a 700 point dish, he'll just guy hook 3-point line and just destroy you. So we did it. Mina joined the Battle Chef Brigade. That's the end of Mina's chapter, but not the end of our story. We have an interlude emblazoned what happened while we were home on our time out to thrash our orc friend, our
Guy walks around like Simon Belmont.
oh, he's gigantic. You would too. You would too if you were that big.
Oh yeah, I would.
And he's a great father. He's so wholesome. And they gave him a huge buff in the deluxe patch. When they released the deluxe patch, like kind of a definitive. Oh, I gotta be careful. I will absolutely die if I'm not careful. Come on. If I'm in his hitbox, like in his actual like.
That's 3.
That's 3. Well, that's actually 4 because I'm counting the.
Okay. 4.
I'm counting the other fight where I had to like really improvise hard. Yeah, if I'm in that Hydra's box, like it's a hurt box. Oh, that's really frustrating. Okay, so I have to. It shouldn't actually hit me from here. Wow. Also, this is Okay. This is actually really frustrating. Alright. I lost my Berserk. So yeah, while Mina is like a rogue type, Thrash is definitely a Berserker.
Dad, come on, we need some energy right now.
That's fine.
Let's get some good vibes.
That's fine. So both of the slimes died in the lava, which means I didn't get credit for killing either of them. So Thrash starts with his own stuff. He starts with his own book, a spicy expertise. Mina's cuisine is based on Chinese. Thrash is based on Latin America, Mexico, Central America, that sort of thing. So he has a spicy expertise, and he starts with this like puffer fish, which is fire gems. The spicy expertise is if my dish includes 4 fire gems, 4 level 3 fire gems, I get a 50-point bonus. So we're going to be taking advantage of that and make his special tomato gazpacho. If you've never made tomato gazpacho, here's the recipe. You cook some jerky in a pot, you add dried pufferfish and a tomato for 1/10 of a second and serve. You don't need to remove the bones. You know, gazpacho.
My
Sounds like a winner to me.
Quite delicious.
All right, so we're going to Belmont walk our way back to the bedroom. So you have to like hold the button to confirm you want to go to bed. And then I jump on the bed so that I can hold the A button because there's often a lot of text afterwards. So we just got word that our wife is sick with dark realm fever. So we have to go visit Thorn to try to find a way to get a cure. But for some light shopping, I had to buy that mana gem and a Berserk boost. The Berserk boost is going to let us keep our Berserk for much longer. And the mana gem is going to let us... that's the tiniest tomato. The mana gem is going to let us take out the dragon. We're going to fight a dragon in a lot of future rounds. Here's how Thrash takes out a dragon. 3 fireballs, a counter, hop over, another fireball, and then 3 1-2 combos. A little faster than Mina can do it.
I think it's getting hotter by the second.
It's the beast demonic energy coalescing.
There's this is the Dark Realm. It's like kind of like a twisted version of the world the world they live in. And I need to get a Yoku to appear, and in order for a Yoku to appear, I have to kill everything in this little area. And I'm just absorbing ingredients. The Berserk boost is really helping because I don't have to absorb nearly as many ingredients as I would otherwise. Those squiggles are dangerous. Those little like squidbilly things. They do the dive bomb attack, and it does no joke like 5 damage. It's ridiculous. Here's the Yoku. It's a giant steely bird. I'm gonna use my fire as a... Oh, it reflected too. As a my fire not only as damage but also as a stun lock to try to keep it in place, because Thrash is like 1-2 sword combo is by far his most damage per second, but it's kind of a short range and that bird flies all over the place. So any little extra hit stun I can get from the fireballs helps with that. So we got the hearts. We left them at Belgior's to cook overnight where nothing could possibly go wrong. And as you have probably figured out, something has gone wrong. The hearts have been stolen. Who could have done such a thing? We needed those hearts to cure our wife's Dark Realm fever. So we're going to try to make a cure with what we got laying around. I have a feeling it's not going to work. It hasn't worked yet, but we're gonna give it a try. I know, Cat. It didn't work. That's the last boss of the game, the final fight. We just passed it. That's the wrong... This is not a big mistake. I can just back out of that. I need to hold X here, not 5 feet over. If I hold X 5 feet over, I enter the restaurant. Riv here challenges us. Who's this guy? That's not common. No, he's the leader of an out-of-work acting troupe, and he's the one in charge of the theft of our hearts. Why did the leader of an out-of-work acting troupe steal 3 rare hearts that we're using to make a cure for our ailing wife? I don't know. But that's where we're at, so I guess we're gonna do what we gotta do, which is make some nochi fruit yogurt. Here's a recipe for nochi fruit yogurt. You cook some jerky down, add puffer fish, remove the poison, and add a nochi fruit for a 1/10 of a second and serve. You don't need to remove the bones. You know, yogurt.
Marvelous. My taste buds rejoice.
I have no words.
We are now to the point where we are finally making the same dishes. That's the boss again. The guy shopping. He's the one responsible for all of this. Spoiler alert, we're going to meet him in 10 minutes. I could have talked to him. He would have said like something nonsensical. Here's the only glitch in the game. I'm going to remember to do it this time. It's right here. I did it. That lady gives you a worry pouch. It is like 3 item slots. It's the only cutscene in the game like that where it like forces you to stop but not like zoom into like an actual like cutscene scene and then gives you an item. So it has this weird property where you can just jump over it. Also, this is a required restaurant rush, but I don't need this money, so I don't have to do anything. So, if there's any host announcements or anything else that they'd like to mention?
Unfortunately, I do not have any donations right now. Chat, you guys need to work on fixing that.
It is late o'clock, so I don't.
It is late o'clock.
I don't blame anybody.
If you need some incentive to donate, right now, our card color bid war for Jazz Punk, the very next run that's coming up, is tied. Blue, pink, and red all have $5 each. So for the low price of $1, you can impose your will on a bid war. But then, you know, someone else might think, oh, I can take $2 and impose my will on a bid war. So let's see if we can get that tie broken here soon.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
And our Save Crocify the Director bid war coming up is sitting at $228 for Crocify and $100 for Save. So if you want to save the director in Jazz Punk, you're gonna need to start doing some work pretty soon, because you're $128 behind. But let's see if we can't get some donations coming in here, chat. I know it's late o'clock, but I also know you guys can do it.
That's right. So, Pontita gives us a clue, tells us to go talk to Belchior. We're going to talk to Belchior for the final mini-game of the run. This is the final one I have to do. This is one of the most dangerous ones because it's the easiest one to actually fail if you move stuff in the wrong way, if you don't upgrade this fire gem, if you move this earth gem too many times. Lots of ways that could go wrong. Same with this, a lot of fragile gems. just want to keep stuff matching. If something is always matching, you're doing good. I don't need this money. I don't need anything.
Try me.
Well, if you don't need that money, give it to Trans Lifeline.
Well, if I could take if I could take Belchior's 25 gold coins and give it to you, I would. And I'll be sending stuff your way after.
I know.
After this. So this is a new class of items. It's an oven. Mina could have gotten ovens, but it was never a good idea to do so. Took way too long, not good enough. Thrash's oven is way better because it's way faster. Ovens slowly upgrade gems of a certain type. In Thrash's case, of course, it's fire. So we're just gonna stick that jerky in the pot and let that cook. I'm gonna stick this lantern fruit in the pot as well. I'm gonna cook this jerky down. Got 2 more lantern fruit. That's fine. I had to adjust my my route after a lot of. I don't have. There we go. It's like I don't have the ingredient there. The little star icon goes from black to blue when you've included the theme ingredient. So there's a visual cue to help you remember. Because once you put it in, it's all gems and it's impossible to know. But if the theme ingredient's not there, it'll be black instead of blue. But yeah, one time, like a couple days ago, on my sheet, I have written down on my notes Lotta 430. And my old route would get 450. And then out of nowhere, she got like a 560. Just complete, like had to have been like completely max range. So I had to figure it out. I had to figure out how do I squeeze more points out of this. Okay, we've reacquired 2 of our 3 hearts. These actors have some stupid code of conduct that only allow them to give 1 plot MacGuffin to the hero per day. So it's day 3. Here's our 3rd heart. Who is our opponent? Surprise! It's me, Dio.
Fight. All right.
Dio's up for a fight, and we're more than happy to oblige. But this has taken a while, and our wife is sick, so we're angry. And so we get to play with a permanent state of Berserk. And my timer here is this oven. I want to be done with everything by the time this oven is done. Getting that extra king bean makes it very difficult. But I'm going to try. Alright, 2 squiggly pieces. Alright, dragon again, same thing. Fireballs, counter, jump, fireball. Do not absorb the dragon ingredients. They don't... That is a... Yeah, the squiggles hit like a truck for no reason at all.
I have a donation
Okay.
that's somewhat appropriate if you have a moment for it.
Let's do it.
Okay. JD Puppy gives $10 and says, the best way to make a late o'clock glass of water is to toss in some fruit, wait for the match, add the sauce, throw in a pufferfish for 1/10 of a second, and serve. No need to take out the bones. Water!
That's right. Absolutely correct. Alright, so I missed my timer by about, it looks like, about the time it took to get that king bean. That timer I'd made based on not getting that king bean, and then Dio started beating this route, so I had to throw in an extra, but only by like 3 points. So I just had to throw in an extra 5 points worth of ingredients, so that king bean's the easiest way.
My taste
Thanks, JD. I really appreciated that. So yeah, for this fight, the whole point is to try to get 4 fire gems on all 3 dishes. So I have to build a dish specifically for her that also has 4 earth dishes so that I can match her flavor. And I need to wait for I need all 4 of those jerky fire gems to upgrade because that 4th one upgrading is worth 70 points. The 20 points for the upgrade plus the 50 points for the spicy bonus. So we did it. We got our hearts. We cooked the cure. And now we're leaving. And we're telling the instructor that we're going to withdraw from the tournament. She said it's on hold because of the monster epidemic. So we're in luck. We have time to run and cure our wife. She's better now. Great. Fantastic. We bring her back. And we introduce her to our friends, the acting troupe. And now we have to battle our wife for literally no reason at all. But I have to. Like, this adds nothing to the story other than I have to. But here we go. Our kids are the judge. Our wife is the opponent. And again, our jerky is the clock. I do want to be Berserk again because I'm going to fight. Whoa. Whoa. So that's unfortunate. So, Thrash has a like a neutral magic, which is kind of like this up root attack. It just kind of like it does this. It knocks ingredients up in the air. But it also has the side effect of knocking the Karana, the pitcher plants, up in the air. And that happened, and that was unfortunate because it ate my ingredient. But that's okay. Turn you in. You get your dragon chorizo. And the kids get what they really want, spicy pancakes. They say they want earth and water. Dad knows better.
Yummy!
Yeah, you heard that. Yummy.
Tis heavenly.
Ardia's
Marvelous.
cuisine is like South American, because that's like a Chilean drink. That yellow stuff in the bottom, I think, is corn. It's really unusual, like, it's like a cornberry lemonade kind of thing. It's really interesting.
Somewhere I think I've had that before, but I cannot remember where.
Was it chili? Because I think that's where it's from. Okay, so that's the end of Thrash's story. It's chapter 6. We're back. We're gonna do our best Charlie's Angels pose for like 1 frame. And now we're gonna confront Rixel, the man behind the monster epidemic. All the story that I've skipped has led to this. First I have to beat this Yoku up, as Mina with 6 health. This is very dangerous. I'm gonna do the windmill kick into the spikes. And I'm gonna... Oh gosh. Its hitbox is gigantic, so I can like actually do this like dagger. I'm trying to use this whirlwind to stun lock it as much as I can and not get hit by these spikes. They're very dangerous. Those are the Armorock spikes. They stun you. They like slow you down. They do a bunch of damage. It's whirlwind, like reflects magic. There's some very fast moving images here, so if you're sensitive for like 1 second there. I keep forgetting to warn any time in advance for that. I'm sorry about that. I know it's coming only like, I only remember that it's coming like seconds before because I'm talking so much. So we confront Rixel with his crimes of starting the monster epidemic. And he requests a trial by cooking. Because, of course, that's a thing. And so, I need all the bonuses I can get, and there's way fewer ingredients that there is in any other day. There's fewer mushrooms, fewer gourds, fewer lantern fruit. So I need to make this work. I need to get 50 points on all the dishes in the first minute, so that's 1, that's 2. And we have 4 seconds to spare, that's all 3. So that's thing 1 done. Now I need to get 3 Hydra pieces. I don't need to actually beat the whole Hydra, I just need 3. Thankfully, the Hydra has heads to spare. I need any sauce, it does not matter what sauce that is. That should be... Hello? These ingredients should have respawned by now. I need the last 2 gourds and the last 2 mushrooms. This is the final fight. Time will come up, assuming I have enough points to win, in about 1 minute. But first I gotta make some soup. Hydra goes here, sauce goes there so that I don't accidentally change any of the important ingredients. Rotate, rotate, rotate. So the target score for this is about 950 points. I turned in a dish worth 52. So... And I'm turning in a dish worth 85. I've got about 350 points worth of dishes in front of me, and I need 950 points to win the fight.
Outstanding.
So,
Expertly
if I missed a single one of these bonuses, I probably am done.
Exactly what I want.
If I didn't, time is coming up in about 15 seconds.
Flavors in harmony.
A delicacy.
918 is pretty high. 952 is a little higher.
I did it!
You did do it, Mina, and time is on this screen. And time... I don't know why time's on that screen and not this screen, but whatever. That's what we decided 4 years ago, and we're sticking to it.
See some GGs in chat, everyone.
Hey,
Great run, Ramseyfox.
thanks so much. Thank you so much for having me out here again. This game's a blast to run. It's really fun to show off. It's such a unique take on a match 3 puzzle game. Adding in, some platform elements, some combat elements. It's like none of the elements on their own are particularly great, but just the combination, it's just like a really gourmet dish. The combination is more than the sum of its parts. I really, really recommend anybody who's interested at all to check this out. The story is great, almost fully voice acted, just a very upbeat, positive story. I can't stress it enough how much I love it. And thank you so much to the Trinket guys who've been amazing to me and the other runners with data and stuff like that when they answered any questions we had. Thank you so much, everybody. How did we end up on time? Probably like 111?
111.08.
Yeah. All right. Well, underestimate-ish? Did I estimate 110 or 115? I can't remember.
Well, you estimated 115, so
Okay, perfect.
before you head off, I do have one request.
Sure. What do we got?
So, Chef Ramseyfox, can you give us your best "Where's the lamb sauce"?
My husband is asleep in the
Okay.
I will do my best. I will do my best. This power run is raw! Where's the lamb sauce? I'm making me laugh already. Needs more duxelle! I'm actually not named after... I did not choose this name after Gordon Ramsay. It's the fact that I then am running a chef game just makes it all the better. I'm not British or Scottish. I will not pretend to be. I do appreciate it, though. Thanks, everybody, and good luck to everybody else in the rest of the marathon. And I'm gonna go get some sleep.
All right. Thank you, Ramseyfox.
You're
Great
welcome.
run.
Thanks.